It's the final of the ISS Canary Wharf Classic 2007. It's been a great pleasure. We had a few little chit-chats with some of the top players. It's amazing how many people are here. And we're going to be underway very, very shortly. Wael El Hindi will be joining me in the commentary box. And I know we've got a massive audience on the web tonight as well. There's a real special atmosphere. There always is on finals night. And, well, it's a repeat of the British national final that we covered just a few weeks ago. Well, we're live around the arena on Tournament Radio. We have Malcolm Willstrop mic'd up. We'll hear his comments in between games with James Willstrop, his son. And that's always fascinating to hear a top coach, a world-respected coach, talking to his player and giving his advice out. I know that Pontefract Squash Club will be watching this live on their big screen. And, well, while we're just waiting, let's have a look at the head-to-heads between these two players. We've got lots of stats, lots of information. John White leads 3-2. 3-2 lead for John White over James Willstrop. The last two meetings have been 3-2s themselves. Bermuda Open 2004 and then at the English Open 2004, a 3-2 win there. Of course, James won that national final 3-0. In Manchester, and I was commentating on that with Lawrence Siddle, certainly the most attractive PSA Live co-commentator I've ever been with. Well, that doesn't say much, I suppose, when you look at the rest of the PSA mob. Let's have a look at the last 10 events as the whole crowd is now getting themselves ready. It's a full house. It's been a full house for the last 3 days, and Monday was packed also. There's been healthy sales all the way through. And, well, John White has always done well in the States. And you see 2 quarterfinals there at the very bottom, where he's lost out to 2 Egyptians. Hisham Mohammed Ashur and Amr Shabana. So no disgrace there, although I think John White would be disappointed losing to Hisham. But that is John White's past 10 events. And let's have a look at James Willstrop. We've got a lot of people within the arena listening on Tournament Radio, and you're very welcome to be listening in to us. This is PSALive.tv. We cover all the major PSA World Tour events live, and there's a big audience on the web watching this. Here is James Willstrop's last 10 events. If you look at the big screens within the arena, you can see there all the greens are quarterfinals, the blues are semis, but there isn't a final in there, and so this is James's first big final for quite a while. I'll actually look further back on the stats. I think he won in Qatar at the end of 2005. As you can see, he's lost out to Shabana 3 times in that list, and Ramy Ashour, one of them was a walkover in Egypt. And I think the only disappointment possibly is Stuart Boswell against Graham Riding. He was injured. We covered that live on PSA Live. James was World Junior Champion back in 2001. And here are the rankings comparisons. And you can see that's just showing you that James really joined the PSA at the end of 99. And I always like to look at the next graph, actually, which is just the last 4 years. It's always a little bit more accurate. And you can see James was still ranked 43 at the beginning of 2003. But he's had a couple of jumps with a couple of big tournament wins. Pakistan and Qatar. At Pakistan at the end of 2004, Qatar at the end of 2005. He's just dropped a little bit away of late as those points from Qatar have dropped away. See John White out the corner of my eye. If you didn't catch those interviews we did earlier, you'll be able to watch them again on the replays. We interviewed both players, and I think it's fair to say James is maybe planning Lots of long shots to the back of the court to really push John White very hard. I'm sure many other players would be doing that. I'm sure Mr. Walal Hindi, who's with me, if you were James Wilsdrop, I think you'd be rallying a little bit here, wouldn't you?
First of all, hello to all the viewers and the listeners. Yeah, well, I mean, as you said, Adrian, this is. I think James he's got. He's feeling much better than John White. 245
minutes, 4 hours of squash in 3 matches.
That's a lot of squash, and but I mean, I can see him here on my right side. John White he looks fresh. It's it's a final match. It's always both players are tired. If actually not physically, it's mentally.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna see how John is gonna start from the beginning. If he had a good start, a good lead, it's all going to make a difference. If James could put him in a long rallies from the beginning and hurt him in the back of the court and the front of the court, then he would get the match.
Ladies and gentlemen, after a week of fantastic squash, it comes down to one match. The final of the ISS Canary Wharf Squash Classic. Will you please welcome first on court from Scotland, John White. His opponent, our new national champion from Yorkshire, please welcome James Wilsdrop. We've enjoyed some amazing, unbelievable matches this week, many of them featuring John White. All three so far have gone the distance. In the first round, he beat Davide Bianchetti from Italy in 73 minutes. In the quarterfinals, he was kept on court for 81 minutes by Alex Goff. And then last night in the semi-finals, he came back from 5-1 down in the fifth game to beat our top seed Thierry Loncoux in 95 minutes. John White is a former World Open finalist in 2003. Now 33, living in Philadelphia. He's a former world #1 and the biggest hitter in the history of squash. Registered 172 miles an hour on the radar gun here at Canary Wharf 2 years ago. And his top speed so far this week, 144 miles an hour. So let's hear it again, please, for John White. His opponent, James Wilsdrop, in the white shirt, the tallest player on the world tour at 6'5", age 23, lives in Pontefract. His season interrupted early on due to illness and injury, but it's great to see him back on top form. He beat Darryl Selby in the first round and then enjoyed an epic victory over Lee Beachill in the quarterfinals, his first ever career win against Lee. And then last night he beat Nick Matthew, the British Open champion, in straight games. James was our first Canary Wharf champion 3 years ago when he beat Thierry Loncoux in a famous match. We played the final best of 7 games. James won that one 4-2. He's in great form this week. He leads their head-to-head series.
Half time.
And this is a rerun of the recent National Championships final in Manchester when James won his first national title. So let's hear it again, please, for James Wilsdrop. This week we've successfully trialled a new referee system with 3 officials. A match official at the back of the seating and 2 side judges. So all 3 officials give their verdict.
Well, we'll leave Alan there. We know this system well enough ourselves. We'll just have a little chit-chat while beforehand. This is the draw for the tournament, and we can hear... We can talk through just the results here. As you can see, this is the last 16 and quarterfinal. This is the results throughout. So you can see John White there's had 3 tough ones. And well, I think it's probably time for us to really stop harping on about that. We know it's going to be tough for John White, but you can see that there's been a real quality. There's been a real quality field, even though we possibly haven't had all the top 10 players here. It's still, there's players like yourself who are coming through, and you and Nick had a really tough match there that could have got very interesting if it went into a 5th for sure.
It's true, yeah. No, you can't look at it by the matches, and the matches, all of them are tough. And then if you put it this way, I think James has a tough first round against Daryl. Daryl really played well, and then he had an absolutely fantastic match against Lee Beachill. First time to beat him. So it's sometimes it just. Your head just gets, it's mentally you're tired, not physically. So, and this might affect you really. So we just have to see how James is going to cope with it. If he's going to go strong, or John is going to actually take over from the beginning.
Absolutely. James did say that he was very happy that finally he's laid that ghost to rest, and I think he's almost quite bored, sort of talking about that and just saying he was very happy that no longer will anybody say you've never beaten Lee Beachill on the court. So it's that one's over.
A little bit frustrating when you lose to someone. Yeah. At some point, Lee was below James in the ranking, but he was still beating him every time.
Yeah.
So he just broke this, I think.
It's over now. Yeah. We've got to get on with it. And well, we've got a brilliant tournament in Kuwait coming up just in a few weeks, and the second round draw there is something amazing. Have a little look at psalive.tv and see. I was having a look at the second round matches. 8 matches there. Only one of them would I be really confident of predicting the winner. All the others just look so tough. It just shows the quality of the game today. It's nowhere near, people talk about the days of Jahangir and Jansher Khan. But at the end of the day, they dominated the field.
I know.
This is so exciting. You just don't know what you're going to see.
It doesn't happen these days. These days, sometimes from actually the first rounds, you don't know who's going to win. It's very hard now to predict the matches. And suddenly, when you predict the matches, something happens, and then the other player just goes in, gives it 100%, and sometimes he gets the win. So.
Yeah. Well, you were in Thierry's corner in the semi-final, and I'm sure when Thierry was 4-1 up in the 5th, you were saying this one's over.
I know. And I actually, at some point, we were here doing the commentary, and me, you, and Malcolm, and we were just watching John, and John was absolutely tired. I thought the match was over. His legs was gone. His legs was gone, and I thought the match was over. And then suddenly he came back and won the match.
The best of 5 games.
And here it is. Now
here we go. This is the final. James Wilsdrop will serve. And, well, we're live to the world. We're live within the arena on Tournament Radio. Welcome aboard. It's going to be a roller coaster ride, and a lot of people are looking at John White. How will those 33-year-old legs survive as John plays his 5th hour, enters his 5th hour of squash on this court? He's still got his hard hits, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's still moving. He looks good.
Now, when these two played at the British National Final, and that match is available on PSA Live.
Down.
Probably James was watching that last night.
1-love.
Yeah. I know that John wasn't very pleased when he saw that James was having a comfortable 3-love.
Yeah, no, especially when he just played an epic match against Thierry Linku.
Yeah. But in the British National Final, there's a bad one there at the back.
I think John needs a few of these tonight.
Yeah. Well, the big news for those who have been watching the semis is that area at the back has been repaired. I watched it myself, There's big tubs of glue and lots of other bits and pieces, silicone-based substance. And that back area.
Yes, let. 1-1.
Nick Matthew giving a no let there. Oh, sorry, you gave a stroke.
Yeah. Give a stroke.
It's very difficult being the PSA player in that hot seat, isn't it? Because if you look around, if you give a decision and the other two overrule you,
it's not actually the funniest thing is if there's one of us reffing, one of the players, it's just totally the player inside the court who's getting the decision. It doesn't look to the other two referees. It just looks straight at you. If you're reffing. I'm like, it's not me. There's two other guys.
Yeah. Good shot from James, as you say, very tight.
And out, 2-1.
Now, I will finally say this, that first game at the British National Final was the best first game I've ever seen. The quality was phenomenal. I think it was 14-12 first game, and it was over 30 minutes.
Down.
And John White puts a little bit more into this one.
2-all.
See there, stretches James hard.
Actually, one of the main reasons probably will be in a negative way with James if he didn't control it, is because everyone was saying that John White was tired. And he's thinking about, if something goes wrong and John starts playing well, all what he's going to say is going to be in a shock, and this might affect his squash and affect his shots. John's playing some really good squash now.
Out.
Great squash from John White. As you can see, he's attacking from everywhere. First game is going to be very important for John.
3-2.
Yeah, he certainly doesn't want a 5-setter, does he? Pretty tight early on, isn't it?
Down.
Yeah. Ooh.
4-2.
4-2, John White leads.
Oh, yeah, mistake in the score. Apologies for that. Well spotted. Scoreboard operator getting a little bit excited here. We've seen some great squash all week. John's really smacking this ball. They do have the radar gun in operation here. And John White, of course, we do say he's got the world record. Oh.
And out.
So lucky.
3-4.
Miss it from James. Watch this.
Good.
John wants to make sure that all the referees are
on their seats.
Are happy. Oh, what a shot!
I think the ball was down.
4-all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good call. Yes, it was. You could see from that camera.
Yeah.
Just put his wrist over it a little bit too much there. I can see John White's family alive in the chat room from the United States. I'm not sure which city you're in. Let me know where you are, but they've just said they're really happy because his legs are looking fine, and I've got to agree, he's moving very smoothly.
John White lives in Philadelphia, so
okay.
They are from Philadelphia.
Susie over in Philadelphia. Hello on the chat room. The chat room is pretty packed as well. If you are watching live, oh, what a shot!
You're watching live, yeah. Your husband is playing well for now.
Hand out, 5-4.
Oh, look at that. James couldn't move. It was dead before he even made a move. That's what John White can do to you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just... Once you give him an opening in the middle of the court, he's furious in that area.
Yeah. You
don't want to get hit by John White.
Go to White.
James querying that.
6-4.
It was a stroke, and I think it was the right decision.
Just see this. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
it was the right decision. Because some people say sometimes if the ball is coming from the back wall, it's not a stroke, but it doesn't make any difference.
Yeah. Well, for those of you watching, there's some great matches available on PSA Live for you to download. We've put all the best matches as DivX downloads, and you've got to see that Thierry Lunku John White match. That fifth set was just unbelievable. John did well to play that there.
Down.
Ooh.
And out. 5-6.
Frustration. You don't see players at this level give easy points away like that, do you?
Yeah, no. I mean, it was a good shot. It was the right selection of shot, but it just
Bad execution.
needed a couple of inches.
Yeah. John's really taking the game to James here. So a few people on the chat room making comments. There is live betting here at BWin. I think a few people have made a few bets towards Mr. Wilsdrop's favour from what I could see. Don't know what the odds are now, though.
You just have to see and wait who's going to win some money and
Absolutely.
buy us a couple of drinks.
Well, I'd have certainly put money on Lunku yesterday, and what a shot from White, and James nearly gives a stroke away, gets out of the way. That was a brilliant get from Wilsdrop, wasn't it?
Great rally, great retrieving from James.
This is the longest rally of the match. James showing brilliant defence, and that's down.
Guess we can see a little bit here of
6-all.
the signs of tiring on John's lunging in the front.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you can't help it. You want to lunge and you want to go to the ball, but your muscles are very sore and painful, so you can't even full stretch.
Yeah. 6-all. It's a major final on the PSA World Tour. This event has grown in stature year after year, and I've got to be honest, it had a real buzz about it. That's too good.
And out. 7-6.
And James doesn't even ask.
As we said, we put John in this position, and he's one of the dangerous players on tour.
Oh, John's on the attack. He's really going for it. Oh, what a shot!
Oh,
Beautiful shot from John White.
Some great racket work in this rally.
Look, that
8-6.
boast. Oh, and he got the nick.
Lovely boast from a defending position to win the point.
Yeah, he was in trouble there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And then he got the nick from the back wall. Incredible shot. I think both players, it's been noticeable in this match, both players are not searching out that back left area. I think they've looked at it probably in the warm-up and they've realised that it's fine now. In fact, there's one that lands bang on it. Just as I say that, they decide to go and have a look around there. 8-6, John White ahead. First game, 10 minutes long. Oh, he's really gone for that. And he was unlucky because he got the nick, but it was a bouncer.
I think James don't know what's going on. John is just trying to shoot the ball from everywhere.
Absolutely. Well, we've got Malcolm Willstrop mic'd up. In between games, we're going to hear what he's got to say to James. Omar, our trusty technician, will make sure that the wireless mic is on.
Unfortunately, we don't have Malcolm today in the commentary box.
No, he's otherwise occupied.
He's running away from statistics, Adrian's statistics.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I'll explain it. Well, it's my game. We have Andy Bunting is in John White's corner, and Malcolm is in James's corner, and they'd been normally doing the lead commentary, which I'm doing, but I must admit, I was quite pleased to think that they were going to be busy, because this is absolutely lovely squash. The rally itself alone, John nearly went the wrong way. Oh, he's gone for it, and what a shot! What a shot!
Right side.
Oh, look at
right
that.
side.
John
9-6.
John nearly takes one in the mouth. What a great shot from White.
John is attacking from everywhere. He's playing some really good squash. If he kept attacking like this, I think he could end up with a trophy.
Thank you. 10-6.
Called down by James Willstrop.
Again, John White's special.
Game ball.
John White's special shot. Like, everyone knows that how hard John White can hit the ball, and he uses this to trick the players from the front.
Yeah. 4 points in a row for White. It was
Down.
6-all, remember? But then a mistake.
Hand out.
Well, this is certainly a turn up for the
7-10.
Bucks. I
Game ball.
think a lot of the knowledgeable people around here, and I must say, even Andy Bunting said John has got all on in this. James looks so good in that semi-final. Oh, he's played a beautiful layup.
I think this is what Malcolm has to say to James after this game. Is to tell him to try to get the ball to the back and then attack from this areas in the back. Because John, most of the time, you can see his footwork. He's a little bit to the back.
Yeah. Do you think this is John predicting that James possibly is going to play lots of long rallies?
Yeah.
Oh, that was close.
Stop.
One ref called it out, and then they stopped playing.
Well, I don't know if
out.
can we see here? Oh, it was out.
Game to
Ball
White.
was out.
It was out.
Yeah, the ball was out.
Well, great to see that replay. And a packed
White
audience.
leads by 1 game to love.
A packed audience here at East Winter Gardens.
Lovely crowd tonight.
Let's listen to Malcolm Willstrop talking to James.
Take him in a little bit more if you can, just to work him. No, come on, no need to be not confident. The racket's working, be confident. Nothing to be not confident about, and he did plenty of work, so there's no problem. There's no problem with any of it, and you got him through a lot of work, but just needs to be a little bit more precise. You need probably just to do a little bit more, make sure there's variety in the pace. Look for chances to take him in, because he's more vulnerable moving forward. There's no problem with any of that. I mean, you know very well he's going to start well, and he's started well, and he's given it a lot. But that's in your favour to some extent. Just get a little bit more precision. Don't be impatient. Play to the same shape as you did last night. Probably didn't get the chances to do it. When you can take it in, do. There was no problem with any of it. Just ran away a little bit at the end. And it isn't as if it's quick or it's happened quickly and he hasn't done anything. He's done plenty. And that has to be in your favour. So you didn't get the start that you've been getting all week, in fact, either, did you? He got the start, which he's always likely to do. But you've got to really consolidate now, make sure the early stages of this are controlled and disciplined, and that he doesn't get away to another start. He's still firing pretty well, and he's looking strong. All right, there's no problem, and don't talk about lack of confidence. You know the racket's been working well. You've done loads of work, so the racket's in order. Be confident. All right, just relax a little. If he was going to win a game, it was the first game he was going to win anyway.
15 seconds.
All right.
Well, that was quite interesting. James Willstrop actually looks a little bit in distress there. I think he's a bit upset. I'll ask you about that in a second while. As we look at the first game graph there, as you can see, it was 6-all. And John White just came away in the end to get that point after James had a little bit of a fight back. Brilliant camera work from Omar Kandili there, who's doing a sterling job. And in a way, I could be a bit controversial here. It was probably good for the final that John actually won that first game. Do you agree?
Yeah, of course. I mean, he got the lead here, and I mean, this is going to give him much more confidence now. He's going to go fire more, and then we're going to see if he's going to get more confident. He's going to feel much more better than what he was feeling before the match. Now he feels probably fresher now for winning the first game.
White leads by 1 game.
We saw James looked a little bit upset because all the stress on him. People are saying to him, "Oh, John White is tired. John White is tired. Played 15 games in 3 days, and then suddenly he just stunk him first game, firing at him from everywhere." Yeah, and this is where he thinks, I'm going to lose the match.
Yeah, certainly James was not looking happy. And well, if you do give the ball to John in those areas, he is going to finish you off, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, you have to move him. And this is what Malcolm was trying to say between the games after the first game, where he said, just trying to move him around. And and don't be stressed. Don't keep playing fast pace, but everything in the middle of the court.
Great to see so many people in the chat room. And if you've got any questions for Wael El-Hindi, do fire them away. The king of bling is here himself. James on top in this rally. We just looked at those career stats. John White, when he's 1-love down, he wins 39% of his matches. The most important thing is Wilsdrop.
Yes, let.
James not happy here.
So Nick giving a let. I thought it was a no let. The ball was dead. It was a flat drop shot. I mean, the way, the position he played it from was a bit dodgy, but still, I mean, the ref has to look for the ball. Where is it going? In my point of view, it was a no let, but still at the end,
majority decision.
Majority decision, yeah. They can't see my hand from here, from the commentary box.
Yeah, maybe that's the next stage. We have a few people in the commentary box.
And 1-all.
James gets a stroke here. Just see that again. And yes, John was in the way. One each.
He's playing the shot and moving into the ball.
2-1.
Here's James doing the right thing, put him in the back. John opens and then attacks, and this is what Malcolm was telling him after the first game.
Yeah, Malcolm seemed a little concerned there. I think he was trying to build a bit of confidence in James. And I think you absolutely hit the nail on the head. James is feeling confident. He knows John had a killer match. He knows he's had a relatively easy run through. James has played 3 hours for 3 matches.
2-1.
John's played 4 hours, but they've all been tough 3-2s, including Thierry Lanku. And suddenly, you lose the first game. John looks as if he's as fresh as a daisy.
Here is he starting to get the lead, as we heard Malcolm saying to him. Get the lead from the beginning, as you're getting it in the whole tournament.
Yeah. James's stats, he's won 34% of his matches when he's gone 1-love down. So the stats favour that John White's in an advantageous position, which of course he obviously is. James is actually 16th ranked on the PSA circuit on those 1-0 down statistics. Thierry Lanku's number 2 on that list.
Yes, let. 3-1.
Never let given there.
Right side, please.
They've definitely fixed that corner because that ball just bounced directly in there and it came out good. So
probably didn't tell the players and they're still looking for it. Great retrieving here from James.
Yes, let. 3-1.
End up with a let.
Omar was practicing here and he had one that bounced on the service line on that left-hand wall. It came out at 90 degrees on him. And we've got it on tape. We were going to show it, but we decided not to. We'll keep it professional. I don't think anybody needs to see Omar on a court.
Yeah, for the special DVD.
Yes. It'll destroy your game for life. Mind you, I was on it as well. I hit 122 miles an hour. That was my arm dropping off, yeah. I'm sure you could do a lot more with your arms.
This is good. I mean,
it's good play here, yeah. Lovely wide shot from James. John's still looking good. Moving smoothly. For the post.
Nice flick here from James in the front.
Left side, please.
John White goes with the head.
4-1.
Not with the racket.
Now I don't know, but that may be significant. John seemed to take a gamble there on a shot he didn't need to take a gamble on.
Yeah, he was guessing.
And I just wonder whether there's a little sign there that he's starting to feel it. He did take a guess to the right. And normally you see players just wait to see what shot he plays.
Yeah, this is what Malcolm was saying, and we were saying in the first game. If you get the gap against John White, you really favour it to win a game.
Yeah.
But if you lose the gap and he gets the gap, he always gets confidence and start firing at you from everywhere.
A very dangerous player on the PSA World Tour. John's coach, Andy Bunting, is here. Andy, you must be very happy that John's taken the first game against the odds, as it were.
Well, as I said in our little chat beforehand, he's always a dangerous player. He's highly motivated. He wants to win this. He knows he's had 3 really tough games, but he's going to give it everything he's got. If his legs hold out, that's great. At the moment, he's looking quite good.
Yeah.
This game he's playing short. He's not getting the ball past. He's not getting the ball to the back of the court, and James will murder that. So he's got to do something about that for sure.
Okay.
But, no, you never write John White off.
Thank you, Andy. And Andy will be dispatching those words of wisdom to John at the end of this game, no doubt. Interesting, the game of squash. We're looking at it from James's point of view, but of course, from John, John, as Andy said, John's not managing to play shots past James. There he is. He's put James at the back there, and then hitting a killer boast.
James trying to play some really good angles here, and he got rewarded for it.
We have a decision on the pickup, please.
Decision
on the pickup.
I think the pickup was good.
Ball was down.
He said the ball was down. Somebody said the ball was down.
Well, two of the three.
Your ball was down.
Two of the three players. Well,
I mean,
but I think the two other referees must have said that the ball was down.
Hand out 2-5.
And so that's why the main referee didn't call it, because he thought it was good.
Yeah.
Interesting issue that is, isn't it?
I know. I mean, the rally could have went on and on.
Yeah.
For much longer time, and then
Yeah.
And then at the end they would say the ball was down. I think they should have give the main ref a sign so he could stop the rally and just say call the ball was down.
That could be something in the fine tuning that we're going to see. John White gets the point. 2-5. Big point for John actually there to stay in this game a little bit.
Hand out 6-2.
Quick movement from James in the front here. John was trying to kill a boast.
These are great rallies, aren't they?
Great rallies.
Really brutal rallies. This is the mid-part second game, and this is where you get these energy sappers, isn't it? First game, okay, you come off feeling okay. Oh, his leg takes a big hit.
7-2.
John White's legs.
I know. I saw it. Last night he was getting a massage, and I saw his legs, and
they've got lines all over them.
8-2.
Well, James is really playing his A game here, isn't he?
Yeah, as you can see, he's controlling this T area, and this is where he's hurting John White a lot now.
Yeah. Well, John just smacks one away.
Hand out 3-8.
Might be too late for John in this game, though.
I mean, I was going to say that, but I can't say that because.
Out.
Oh, now I can say it, maybe.
And out 9-3.
Well, James Wilsdrop has only won 4 matches in his career when he's been 2-0 down, so he knows how important this is.
And out 4-9.
John White just showing he's still dangerous, isn't he? That's just a reminder to Wilsdrop. That was from a loose serve.
Yeah, he's just telling James it's not going to be that easy.
Lovely.
This is lovely wet from James.
Out.
And James puts one out.
See, everything is good, and then once you give him one opening in that middle area, he's very dangerous.
5-9.
Yeah.
Especially in his forehand.
He seems to be just all-out attack, isn't he? Furious is a perfect word. He's fast and furious on that court, and at the moment, James Wilsdrop is just trying to hold on. There again, he's added again on the backhand. It's beautiful squash. John, former world number 1, he's back to the form that made him world number 1.
Down.
Oh, and at that exact moment, he's hit the tin.
Everything was good except the last finish.
5 game ball.
Last touch.
5 game balls for Wilsdrop. 26 minutes. John just hits it harder. I don't know how hard that was, but it was very hard.
It was very hard.
He's really smacking this ball. And then a little interesting tactic he used against
Stroke to Wilsdrop.
Stroke given by both players.
11-5.
And we're going to go in at one apiece.
To Wilsdrop. 1 game all.
Let's listen to Malcolm Wilstrop talking to James.
That just broke the game up a bit, but he's still hitting dangerously, and you've got to just keep an eye on. He's still moving all right as well. He hasn't sort of given up on the moment. You did get him into the error phase though, which you know he can do, and you've got to do that again. Okay, it was a better game than the first, I thought, and mainly because you took it in once or twice early, and it just broke the game up a bit. And he is more vulnerable when you move him into the front as well. Obviously, when he's playing from mid-court and deeper with time, you know, he keeps striking it. Everything's on course now. Just get focused, refocus again, get the starts like you have when you got the start again, and then it cushions you against the comeback always. But you got him into error mode, and that's a good sign. But there's still plenty of life in him, and he hit a couple of cracking winners, and he's still moving. So don't think it's, you know, well, no, you won't, but you mustn't think that it's going to be plain sailing. There's still more life in him, and it's likely he'll come at you a bit now again. So try and withstand the early stages and get the initiative. All right.
I'm really curious about what kind of music John White is listening to between the games.
Yes, it's probably something quite heavy metal or you know,
just Eye of the Tiger or something like this.
Yeah, absolutely. And there you see the graph for the second game, and Andy Bunting has just walked back from talking to John White. We do have a question. Do you know what music John listens to between games?
I haven't got a clue. He's got one of these iPod things, and he changes it every time he comes off. So I don't think he knows. I think he just presses a button and hopes.
And while you've got the mic, what did you say to him?
I just said you lost that game in the first half of the game. You were too short, and you gave James too much to work with in the middle of the court. The back end of the game, you played very well. When you played it short, you played it short. When you played it long, you got a good length. And it made it much more difficult for James. And that's what he's got to try and do in the third one.
Great. Thank you very much, Andy Bunting, coach to John White. It's fascinating. It's the first time we've heard both coaches what they're saying to players in between games. So we're getting the exact full picture of what's going on in this major PSA squash final. And two sides to every story.
One game all.
It's nice for all the viewers to know the strategies for the players before the game starts, and compare who's going to actually do the right strategy.
1-1. This game is tight, and this third game is very, very important. John's gone long already, early on, and you can see Andy Bunting here watching one of our big screens we've got very carefully, and he's played that one very well. He did push James to the back there, didn't he?
Yeah.
And out.
I think
1 love.
James has to be very careful of losing the lead here in this game. Once he lost the lead, as we heard Andy saying, once he lost the lead, this is where John gets really confident and very much more dangerous.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Great. As you can see, him took the right space in the middle of the court. The great
2 love.
angle.
Yeah, just changes hands there, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Just uses his body. James can't go anywhere. And this is the beauty of the game of squash. I don't think there's anybody who would have given John White a hope in this final, to be honest. Me included. Maybe John and his family back home in Philadelphia.
Yes, lad. 2 love. Left, please.
And great to see. And, well, my name's Adrian Battersby here in the commentary box. Wael El Hindi, top Egyptian player,
Down.
is with me as John smacks the tin.
And out. 1-2.
That's one of those. He's got to get out this system.
And one of the people in the chat room said, "Nice drop shot."
Well, John White's family have just confirmed that he possibly is listening to something like the Rocky soundtrack. So you were spot on there. You know the man very well.
It's a good guess.
Yeah.
And out. 3-1.
Replay from above here. Great view.
Another great drop here from John.
Yeah. 3-1.
Trying to get that lead will give him the confidence.
It's been a great week here in London.
Great week, lovely place, lovely crowd.
That's let 3-1,
And
right side.
One
please.
thing I must say, and I think you might agree with me, you really get a special feeling about this event. It's a little bit like Grand Central now.
I know.
Fourth year here, and the people are so knowledgeable about the sport, and the players love it. It's got something special going on, this event.
It's actually very, very good. I mean, I was surprised. It's my first time to be here in Canary Wharf, and I was really surprised how people really appreciate the game and appreciate the effort we do.
Yeah.
And it's great for the sport, great for all of us. We're actually proud to play in places like this.
John's played a beautiful shot. James has taken the gamble. Oh, it's a killer rally this is.
I think we might see a dive in here or something.
A John White dive is... And this is taking a lot of energy out. This is the sort of thing that Malcolm Wilsdrop wants James to do. Oh, what a rally. Oh, he's got it back. Oh, fantastic.
Lovely rally. One of these thriller ones.
It's the rally of the match.
Left side.
What a great rally. And look at James is breathing very heavily there. And listen to the atmosphere, listen to the crowd.
People are just loving it. And actually, we are loving it here as well in the commentary box.
Oh, this is
It's just great to watch squash like this.
tremendous squash. Beautiful. 4-1 White in the third game. And who'd have expected the 33-year-old? James is 10 years younger. Of course, the big question is, how much is that rally going to tell next? John dives in there.
Down.
That is a furious mistake from John because it was a clear stroke. It was an easy stroke to get, as you can see here.
4.
Yeah, he's got James, and he
decided to play it. I mean, it's good that he decided to play it, but he could have got a stroke from it.
He was crowding a little bit, wasn't he?
Yeah.
You'd have asked for a stroke there.
I mean, at a certain point when I played that hard rally before, I would rather get a stroke.
Yeah. James struggled there.
Great boast.
These rallies are absolutely exhausting Wilsdrop.
Oh!
Look at this one. An absolute roller.
And out. 5.
Lovely, lovely forehand.
James never moved. What an atmosphere and what a play from John White.
I'm telling you, people are getting their money worth for sure.
Oh, unbelievable. James has gone down the line and John's read it. Oh, well, look, favours the brave there.
The glass couldn't even handle that speed of...
I don't know what happened to the ball here. Oh, he got the nick between the side and the front wall.
Hit it very hard between the front wall and the side wall.
Well, what a time to get it, though. 4 points ahead in the third. This could be really significant. And, well, James Wilsdrop, in the interview I had with him this afternoon, said he'd definitely be looking for lots of long rallies.
Down.
And after all that, John then just puts a simple one down.
Very early, getting greedy here.
And out. 3-6.
There's a lot of mental games going on that court, isn't there? And John just maybe relaxed a little bit. We have Sergio in Brazil saying that John looks like an Egyptian shot maker.
Thanks, Sergio.
There's certainly a few Egyptians around who can hit the ball pretty well. And we're going to see all of them in Kuwait in 2 weeks' time. Really looking forward. Unfortunately, I'll be on the receiving end. I'll be watching from England. But Omar and Chris will be over there.
It's actually great for you to cover all the major events, and
it's
just lovely. People are just sitting at home watching great squash live as we're watching it now. All these great nicks.
Absolutely. And here's another one from John White. Look at this, he's off the floor.
7-3.
And he's got the nick.
In Michael Jordan style.
Yeah. Air White. Well, we've got support from both sides in the chat room. Great to see everybody on there. And there's definitely support from both sides live.
Yes, let. 7-3.
To let's. It's almost like, we're seeing a sort of classic rally. Every other shot, every other point. Well, this is the way to go with live squashes. John has done an incredible clear.
Wilsdrop.
But they've given him a stroke. Well, watch this one again. Does he clear?
He was trying to clear, but I mean the way he
And
cleared
now,
was really.
4-7.
It was a stroke.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
The way he cleared is like it looks like the floor is hot or something.
4-7. It's still tight. Oh
And
my
now-
word! It's shot after shot at the moment from
8-4.
John White.
Another John White stamp.
Well, we haven't got time for the replay. Let's get back to live. 8-4. This is truly incredible. And it's going to be very interesting to hear what Malcolm has to say to James. If James goes 2-1 down. James played a fantastic final, national final
Yes,
against John in Manchester just about a month ago. We were there live, and that first game was absolutely tremendous. And James won 3-love, but that first game could have gone either way.
Certainly it's different this time. I think this game is going to the favourite of John White.
John's done a brilliant get at the back.
Another beautiful get.
Oh, this is tremendous. And John's now got the advantage. He's got James all over the place. What a get from James. And another. And another.
Oh,
what a play.
Oh my God. This is.
He's tinned and James is on the floor. John's throwing his racket around the place. Ken is on to dry us up.
This is unreal.
John's
I mean-
thrown the ball at James.
And down.
You just have to add this to the favourite rallies of all time.
Well, I think we've got
5-8.
enough matches from this tournament to cover about 5 DVDs, never mind one.
It's a great
What
rally.
a rally.
Lovely rally.
And James is on the floor, John tinned. And meanwhile, that was worth just a single point. And it's 5-8. Willstrop, big point here. Major difference between 6-8 and 9-5. Oh, both players really going for it.
Actually, it's good to see that, you know, the spirit now.
Yes, lad.
Both of them,
5-8.
they've got their fighter spirit on
Right
the maximum
side.
level.
Yeah.
And this is where people enjoy, and us actually enjoy, the best squash in the final of the Canary Wharf.
I'll tell you what, I'd pay any money to watch this stuff. And you know, we're fortunate to be here working, commentating on it, but
Yeah, it's true.
quality of the squash. We were both off our chairs then.
Yeah, it was
I even saw
It's
Malcolm
just a
get
thriller.
excited in the semi-final. He was off his chair.
great drop. Great drop.
Yeah, that's good play.
James is special. Don't put James in that corner. He's one of the best players in the tour in
6-8.
that corner. He will execute the shots from there.
6-8. Massive point. It's too good. It'll be a no-let. James has asked, but he's
And down.
He's trying to.
9-6.
not pushing it any further. What a response from John here off the serve. Look at that. What length.
Trying to get a lead, but
No.
it's not going to happen today.
Well,
Down.
Ooh.
well, John's left to take another one.
And I feel sorry for John's legs.
And down. 7-9.
Well, Susie must have a real time. I don't know what creams he
I
puts
know.
on them, but actually that wasn't bad.
It sounded bad, but didn't look bad.
Andy Bunting has said to me in the past that he's drawn blood on many of occasions when he's done that. It's 9-7, third game.
I think Prince is trying to make him softer racket so he doesn't hurt himself.
Cushioning on the outside, good call. Chance for John, he's gone for the kill. Oh, this is just so good. James has been forced into playing a John White style game. He's having to go on the attack himself as well. James, a man who likes to rally a little bit. We're hardly having any rallies in this match. It's just all out attack.
Down.
Both players, they don't want the ball to go to the back. As you can see, they're both standing on the tee.
Yeah.
Okay. Hand out.
Oh, what a shot.
I'm seeing a little bit of a sign of John White getting tired. He said, should we go home?
I don't know what he's looking at out there. He's. Oh, James has gone to change his racket. All right, that's what happened.
He said, is he going home?
Yeah.
We make sure the door's shut.
I don't think it's not going to be that easy, John.
James is looking quite tired there.
Actually, they're playing in a very, very high tempo.
Yeah.
Very high tempo.
This is really massive intensity squash going
Hand
on.
out. 10-7. Game ball.
It's 3 game balls for John White. Just checking with James that his little knock with his new racket is okay. And what? Who would have expected this?
Too short.
Brilliant get from White.
He's trying to get a nap for like 2 minutes
10-7.
on
Game
James's
ball.
back, just to get his energy back.
Yeah. Well, James is a big lad, so you can. Mind you, John's 6'3" himself.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see, we didn't see too much lobs in this match.
Yeah. A call of "Come on, Daddy" from the White family back in Philly. They were. John had 13 missed calls on his phone last night after his win over Linku, because they were all desperately trying to get hold of him to say, "Well done, that one's down."
I'll pass the message, Susie.
Yeah.
Hand out. 8-10.
Well,
Game ball.
John does know that they watch all his matches, and he's very aware of that. He actually said he feels as if they're in his corner as well. It's a lovely feeling, that is. That they're backing him all the way. John's gone on the attack again from the server, played a brilliant shot.
Lovely get from James. Lovely get from James.
That was a game-saving get from Wilsdrop. Oh, that's fantastic. John's on the floor, and he's hurt himself, I think.
I hope it's not
Watch this.
serious.
Oh.
Hope he's not serious.
Well, John White is a man who does like to dive on court.
Yeah, he's
given the thumbs up, thankfully.
we saw a photographer here lying down, and John was like smiling at him.
These photographers will do anything to get a picture.
Yeah.
Ken Narain, Super Ken, is back on court to do his duties.
9-10. Game ball.
Superkin.
The hardest hands in squash, Ken.
Hand.
And there's the hardest hit in squash, John White. 9-10. What a great point that was. That was a game-saving rally from James there to just dig that one out. This is it. It's the last game ball for White.
He gave him the. James trying not to open the court.
He's gone for it. James again. The teeth
Down.
stuff on it. White's tinned. And he's looking at the racket.
10-all. Tiebreaker. Player to win by 2 clear points.
Now we're going to the mind game. Tiebreaker. 1-all games.
Down.
Oh, and that one's down, and the leg's
John
taken
again.
And John White is 10th out of the
11-10. Game ball.
top 100, so both players have actually very good records at tiebreakers.
Come John White's leg, I'll just leave him and go back to Philly.
Big chance here for Wilsdrop to go 2-1 ahead. His first game ball.
Oh. I don't know why John keeps doing that cross court in the middle of the court. I mean, he shouldn't be doing this,
Yes,
because
lad.
actually
11-10. Game ball.
most of
I think it's the
the players from Pontefract, they use that a lot. Like Beecher started it, and I think James has got used to it because he practiced with Lee and he played matches with Lee, and I've never seen him missing that.
Yeah, good point. 11-10. It's a full house here at Canary Wharf. They love their squash.
Out.
John White's hit a beautiful shot from mid-court. Yeah, look at that. Oh, not from mid-court. That was from the back of the court.
Another forehand slam dunk from Air White.
That was a millimetre above the tin. 150 miles an hour. And what a time to put it out. It's 11-all.
Yes, lad. 11-all.
Strange, this tiebreaker situation, isn't it? You have a point like this where it's like nothing's at stake almost, and then suddenly it's game ball 4 or against, and you go on this up and down.
Waves.
Yes, lad. 11-all.
Both trying to slow things down, trying to get back their concentration.
Yeah, I almost feel as if we need a breather here as well.
I know.
The energy levels, and it's quite exhausting just watching this. We're seeing top class squash, and it's at its very best.
This is what I meant. This one is the right one to do.
Yeah.
And they got rewarded for it.
Yeah. Good call, Weil. John White has another game ball.
12-11. Game ball.
1 point. There you see him. He's wagging his finger. One more point. Massive point. 1-all. 12-11. 48 minutes played. Oh, it's a beauty. And that's
11.
unbelievable. Unbelievable.
13-11. Game to White. White leads by
Lovely
2
game,
games
lovely
to
game.
no one.
Absolutely fantastic.
Well,
Let's
you did
listen
great
to Malcolm.
come back and get back into a winning situation. It's about determination now and strength. But if you give him leads, like he got there, he got adrenaline fired. When he gets a lead, he goes for the hits a bit earlier. You didn't actually get into any error syndrome there either. So you've really got to make sure you protect the early part of the game, because if he gets in a lead, he's finding a lot of adrenaline. And he's, still hitting winners. He's still dangerous. You did really well to come back there. It was a very good effort. But he's 2-1 up, and it's down to courage and strength now. You've got to be very determined, and you've got to make sure that he doesn't get an early lead here, because every time he does, he'll fire. And he's still hitting the ball very well. And there's still movement in him. Okay, get resolute now, get strong. It's about determination, strength. The squash is in order. There's nothing wrong with the squash. You've got to make sure it's absolutely tight, so you give him little to hit. Right? But the lead is the crucial bit here, because if he gets away, he'll fire in, and then he's still very dangerous. You know how strong he can be. Come on, this is it now. He's done plenty of work, so I know you've done plenty as well, but he's done plenty of work, so you can break him down again. You broke him down in the second. A good start is very important here. Right? Well, get very resolute, be strong.
15
know how to be
seconds.
tough.
Well, there's the graph for that third game. Fascinating to hear Malcolm Wilsdrop talking to James there, and you see, I've heard Malcolm talk to James a lot. He actually seems quite worried. He doesn't feel very. He's trying to boost James up, but James is looking very tired. And Malcolm seems quite concerned of the energy levels. Yeah,
it's actually more tired and stressed as well. Because he feels himself. He's 2-1 down now. He's actually 1 game away from losing the title and losing the match. And this is what Malcolm was saying from the beginning of the coaching. He was saying, get the gap from the beginning, because John White, once he gets the gap, he gets more stronger and stronger, and hits more winner, and he gets sharper as well.
Yeah. And if our cameraman can just turn to the left, we can just see what a great setup we have here at Canary Wharf. And we just have a look at this big crowd here, and there's hospitality up in the top area as well. They're all loving it up there. Fantastic settings.
Lovely view.
Look at this beautiful view. What a building. I don't know if you can go up any higher. Have a look at this building here at East Winter Gardens. You can see the night sky. It's absolutely fantastic. And here's a view from our camera out here. What a setting. And what a setting for a major final.
Lovely view. Lovely crowd. Some nice people, nice females as well.
Okay, well, you've got another 45 minutes around before you can head off into the night. I wondered why you were staying in London. Here we go. It's game 4. Wilsdrop needs to win these next 2 games. Many thanks to Omar Kandili, who's our star cameraman.
Thanks, Omar.
Down. Hand down. 1 love.
Andy Bunting is just walked past, and we'd like to just ask him. We just heard what Malcolm said to James.
Down.
Yes, win. What were your words of wisdom to Mr. White?
Basically, I said more of the same. He was playing the ball short and good and short, and he was getting a much better length. It was a really tough game. It was anybody's game right to the very end. And I just tried to remind him that I know he's hurting, but I said we've been watching the monitors very closely, and James is hurting too. So don't think he's the only one that's hurting, because he isn't.
Yes, lad.
And basically that's all I said to him.
2 love.
Thanks very much, Andy Bunting. Interesting, again, hearing both coaches' points of view. There's a stat here which isn't too good. It's a very strange stat. Sorry, this is John White. When you've, in fact, let's have a look at the career. Let's take that stat off screen as these two rally away. Hard again. John's played a lovely shot. His turn, James. John White is starting as he's left
down.
Great rally.
Great stamina from James. Great stamina. He just holding him. I mean, he's trying until the
Right
last.
side, please.
And that's the first time John's hands on his
3
knees.
love.
Got a feeling here. We've seen this sometimes before on the PSA World Circuit that sometimes the 4th game can be a fairly quick one as the player who's 2-1 up decides he wants to have a breather.
Yeah, decided to throw that game away so he can have some rest for the 5th.
That's it. Let the other guy have the 4th, and so that you come out as fit as possible for the 5th. I know it seems weird, doesn't it?
It can work, but it's very risky. I mean, you do it, and then you're relaxed, and then you can't get your body going again.
Yeah. I remember at the British Open 2 years ago, Gregory Gaultier was 3-1 down to power in the 4th, and actually just threw the game away. Wasn't he returning serves? He was messing around, and he just decided he needed a rest. He actually did then lose the 5th, but he made a tactical decision. He was timing too much. What a get from White! And again, it's incredible!
Oh my God! Unbelievable racket control from James.
Look at that! He's on the floor. He's got that back as well. Oh. This is, well, Wael Hindi's speechless, and that doesn't happen very often.
Actually, I can't even know what to, I mean, I don't know what to say. They just play unbelievable squash.
White's on the floor. His racket's not in his hand. He gets up and he plays a shot that's dropped in at the front right corner.
And then James from...
Yes, lad.
Great racket control from, it's not right position to play the shot, but he just plays it as a flat as well.
Here's the stat I was going to show. John White.
John White is back.
He's certainly back.
Hand down. 1-4.
He's actually only lost 18% of the matches when he's been 2-1 up, so it's only 1 in 5, which is the sort of stat you'd expect to see for a top player such as White. It just goes to show that James has got all on here as John's tinned.
And down. 5-1.
This could be one of those quick 4th games we were talking about. You do see them.
Yeah, I have a feeling that John's going to...
But you saw what he did against Thierry Lanku.
I know, that's what I said. I mean, he might come back, but he needs a couple of points in this area. And James now is playing the right stretch. He's doing the right stretch. He's moving it right from the back and flicking him by both from the back, and where John is.
Yeah.
Look.
7-1.
Yeah. I think John's given this game up.
He's throwing this game
He's
away.
decided this one's over. I'm going to recoup, and we're going to do it in the 5th. And if James just plays a good shot, I'm pretty sure John's not going to make a massive effort. 7-1 down. They'll just rally a little bit. First game was 16 minutes. The second was 14. The third was 22. Anything over 20 is pretty tough.
Clever James. He's trying to actually work his legs again. Look, bury him in the back corners.
Yeah,
make
John's
him run
doing
more.
shuttles.
And John should know.
This is how fascinating squash is. This is another phase of the game now. In the last game, John was on top. He was killing James. James looked absolutely out of it, very tired. And now James is suddenly in control.
Yeah.
Looks as if as fit as a fiddle. And, this is great tactics from James, isn't it? He knows that John's giving it up. Yeah. He knows John's giving it up.
He knows that John's giving up. He's doing the right strategy. He's trying to play
Left
longer
side,
rallies
please.
to get John tired and get his energy out so he can go on the 5th.
This is very, very clever play from James Wilsdrop. Very clever play indeed. And for John just to actually say, I'm not even going to bother anymore. Yeah, he just wants to get off this court.
9-1.
And he might not even bother returning serve on one of these. Yeah, he's just warming the legs.
10-1. Game ball.
Very, that little thing from James there, that could actually win him the match. Because he was working John quite hard, wasn't he?
11-1. Game Willstrop.
There you go.
Very quick game for
2 games
James.
all.
That was 6 minutes.
And it's in James' favourite. For me, it's in James' favourite, actually. We'll see how John White is going to come back, and let's hear Malcolm.
Yeah. Well, we got something right at last on commentary. Let's listen to Malcolm.
You've broken the back of it, but in no way be deceived by that, because obviously he's saving there and he'll come out again, and you've got to be prepared to make those hard rallies count again, because obviously there's a problem for him now, and you've got to make it count. Any hard rally is in your favour. The hard rally's paid off there, but you got the start again, didn't you? And then it deflates, takes away from the ability to hit the ball in and the adrenaline thing that gains him strength. He's been firing a lot of adrenaline this week, and he'll probably find some more if you give him that sort of scope. You've got to get right on top of this now from first rally and stay on top. Play every rally as if it's life and death. All right? Keep on top of it. You've done really well there, because you held with it and you played a good game. You've got to do it again now. You know you can do it. There's no question of that. You've got to get very resolute, very determined, very concentrated, very tough. You know what that means. Get very tough. And any hard rally is in your favour. Don't let him get away. Don't let him get away. Every time he gets away, he finds a bit of extra. He's still dangerous hitting it. So. Any hard rally now is for you. Remember that. Works for you. You've done well. Come on now. Summon all the concentration and the toughness you've got. Make sure you're accurate and contained and make every rally count. All right? It's a heavy game, but however you're feeling is 10 times worse. You've got to make that count.
15 seconds.
Okay, come on now, James, finish it.
The final words from Malcolm Wilstrop. Come on, James, finish it. Very, very. You very rarely hear Malcolm get very excited there. He's very, very good. And they're walking on court.
It's lovely to hear all the people just giving them a nice round of applause.
Well, that graph doesn't really say anything. We know that it was a comfortable. This is the view here from the left-hand side.
And the arrow is going 1 point up and then coming back.
And John White's coach, Andy Bunting, the final words. What did you say?
I just said, listen, man, one more game left. You've got absolutely nothing to lose. You played your heart out on there. You've done as well as anybody could possibly have expected. You've got some big shots left in the bag. Get them to the back. Let's see if we get a few opportunities and let's go for them. You've got nothing to lose.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Well, we've got the story from both players. It's the 5th set. John White. Well, Anthony Ricketts had 5 setters all the way through last year, and he just ran out of steam in the final. Listen to that atmosphere. The crowd are
2 games
absolutely.
all. Willstrop to serve.
This is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is it.
Yeah.
Final game.
Final game of the
this
tournament. And here we go. John White has had his little break.
Yes, lad. Love all.
It's been an absolute joy watching this final.
Yes, lad. Love all.
I mean, the final, the semi-final, the quarterfinals, even first round matches.
Yeah.
It's great squash this week.
Well, if you're enjoying this and you're listening within the arena, go to psalive.tv. This match will be available as a download tomorrow, and we'll be in Kuwait in a few weeks. We go to all the major events. You're missing out, guys, and if you're not a member already, just log on. It's pretty cheap out there, but the squash is excellent.
Stroke to White. And down. 1-love.
Close call here, but
Here it is. Yeah.
the two representatives gave the stroke immediately. Felt that James could have cleared. John, I don't know if that's an old pro's trick, but John sort of made the shot movement before he sort of waited.
Could have played it in the first game. Now he needs it.
He played the shot movement before the ball got to him. Don't know if that's an old pro's trick. Oh, that's a lovely hit. He is smacking this ball. We saw John in big trouble midway in the fifth during the semi-final. His legs had gone. And then suddenly, when he saw the finishing post inside, he was like, he'd had a week in Barbados or something. He looked very fresh.
That would get him in trouble with the family, though.
Yeah. Anthony Ricketts in the final last year, all his matches went to 5. And in the final, he just ran out of steam in the fifth against Linkoop. He'd given his all. John White comes out with amazing amounts of credit here. Oh, where you can see
Signs of tiring.
Yeah.
Signs of tiring. I mean, I can't blame him, even if John White lost this match.
And down.
Unbelievable squash. Unbelievable week for him. Played greatest squash I've ever seen him actually playing.
he's back to the form that he showed when he became world number 1, and that will be a stroke.
Stroke to White. And down. 2-1.
Well, he might be tired, but if he's picking up points like this, James looks tired as well.
Well, same as last night.
Yeah.
He looked tired, and then he came back, fired nicks from everywhere, and won the match. So
quite incredible.
Great respect for both players, giving it 150%.
Down.
Oh.
And down.
Well,
2-all.
you'd expect it. There's two very, very tired people out there, and you're going to see the odd mistake now and then. It's going to happen. 65 minutes, this final. And it's been absolutely brutal. The squash. The second game, some of the squash in that. There's no resting here for John. He's got to give it all. It's been an absolute credit to the sport, this final. Oh, James hits a lovely length shot. It's those shots that have been winning rallies in this match.
John is in totally pain now. He is in pain. I mean, I don't know what to say, but
3-2.
this is squash. This is squash. I mean,
yeah, it's pain and more pain.
Down.
And a tin from White. Is this the turning point in the match?
4-2.
We'll see our Egyptian friend attempt to. Is he going to do it? Yep. Well-known face around squash circles in the UK.
Mo Khalifa.
Yeah. Telling me how he raised Rami and Amma as boys to be the top players they are. I couldn't say he was wrong. There's another point for Wilsdrop. This is the alarm bells are ringing in the white camp. Two very tired people out there.
This is what I said about the last game. Just made him relax too much, and thinking that he's tired, he should have went and give it 100%.
You just wonder, like Ricketts last year, if this fifth game is just one game too many. in the tournament. You just wonder whether...
Is the problem when you throw a game like this that makes you actually, it's a negative sign because it makes you think you are, even if you are tired, but it makes you believe that you are really tired.
Yeah. John turning. He's really running on empty at the moment. James is punishing John White all over the court. Good length from White. He's
First
got a
one.
chance. Doesn't put it away, not even close.
Oh,
I think there's so much tiredness here.
Yeah, his legs feel so heavy now. I can even feel it from here.
Lovely retrieve. James is in quickly. Oh, what a brilliant rally.
And this is it, the sign.
Yeah. Great attempt. He's right in the corner. He's given his all in this tournament. He looked in trouble in round 1 against Davide Bianchetti. Alex Goff took him to 5. Thierry Lankou, the world number 4, the man who was world number 1 for the whole of 2005, gave John a really tough match in the semi, and here he is.
James is doing the right thing. I can't blame John White. Total respect for him. Played 15 games now. It's 19 games actually. We're in the 20th game for him this tournament.
Yeah.
Unbelievable squash. Unbelievable effort.
And James just looks.
No let.
No lets there.
And it's a right decision, I think.
James Wilsdrop, it's been very, very tight.
69 minutes.
And it's been a tough 69.
Of epic squash.
I don't recall.
Down.
I don't recall any period where it really loosened up at all in terms of quality.
9-2.
John took a little breather at the end of the 4th when he realised it was past him. But now, I think John White knows the writing's on the wall here. It's been a brilliant performance, and I'm sure when you see your Egyptian friends, you're going to be saying, hold on, John White.
John White is back.
He's back. Absolutely. Whoever's got John White in their section of the draw is going to be a little bit nervous.
It's been always like this. John is. I mean, you can say John White. Oh, I've got John White. I mean,
yeah,
he still is dangerous.
And James is punishing and punishing again, and John just incredibly. Oh, that is unbelievable.
What he is. I mean, I can't even say anything. What is he going to do more than this?
Look at this. Off the back wall. And the crowd are absolutely loving it.
I mean, there's nothing to say. It is.
Just listen to that crowd.
It is a squash feast.
It's
Right side, please.
I'm getting shivers down my spine watching this. It's unbelievable squash. And that flick off the back wall.
10-2, match
I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that. A full-length dive, flicking off the back wall, and he's up again.
We wouldn't do this in the swimming pool.
And it's 8 match balls, 8 championship balls for James Wilsdrop. He won this tournament in 2003.
11-2,
and a
match
side
for
wall, Nick.
Wilsdrop.
It's all over.
Great match. This is the sportsmanship of the game. Great squash.
Wilsdrop
Great
wins by 3 games to 2. 8-11, 11-5.
I think they should charge
11,
people
13,
more money on the way out
11-1,
for this week.
11-2.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're not going to be struggling on ticket sales next year, are they?
No. This tournament, I mean, for me, I think it's been very successful in all means. Organisation, squash, covering from PSA Live, everything is gone great.
Well done, John. Tim Garner is coming on court with a beautiful trophy.